Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to start off with honor and glory, and praise and worship too. So, all right, first and foremost, I'd like to start with honor and glory and praise and worship to our power. YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honor to our apostles, elders, and bishops, the great millstone, rule well, and teach you in sound doctrine, and strong shalom, to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the large multitude, men, women, and children. Let the Lord have mercy on these last days. All right. Perilous days, many dangerous days. Your brother HAQADASH, representing GMS branch in Cleveland. Lord willing to bring out an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. The title is Third Temple, We Are the Kingdom of Heaven. You know, Third Temple, We Are the Kingdom of Heaven, because I saw a video, was it like a couple of days ago, regarding the third temple being built, you know, and talking about they started. I remember there's another video with Netanyahu, I think that's how you say his name, the guy, the president over there in Jerusalem, stating that like around like last summer, like sometime like late last year, October, November, December, one of those months, about the third temple, the building process was going to start early in 2024. You know, I just saw it, like, so it brings up to date another video which is showing that the building process has started. Okay, the building process has started. So real quick, let me show this real quick. Hold on. All right, so right, so here you see a picture of the temple. It says the idea of building a third temple in Jerusalem is a big sign in the Bible, you know, which they fail to realize that you know, it's not going to be a physical third temple built in this time. The temple, we are the kingdom of heaven. We are the temple. There is the kingdom of heaven, and the people are the kingdom of heaven. Right, right. And like Elder Yashawamba may mention before, the temple veil, right, which is a great point, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahawah, the temple veil was rent through what? Who? Yahawah, right? Symbolic for what? For all the nation, all the 12 tribes of our nation are being active priests, right? When Yahawah was crucified, the temple split. Okay, the temple split. Also, the scripture talk about Yahawah being a high priest. All right, coming from the tribe of Judah, not the tribe of Levi. All right, concerning the tribe of Levi's, the Levitical priesthood, which were the priests, right? He didn't come out of that line, showing you it was symbolic for all 12 tribes, right? Being active priests for the latter time in which we currently dwell, all right, and for the things which it was to take place according to prophecy. Okay, so we are acting priests. We're showing the people, we're doing what the priesthood would do, right? Our prayers, our how we tend to the brotherhood, fasting, you know, prophesying, which is a major thing. These are things that the priest would do, right? But instead of us offering up animal sacrifice, which Yahawah did away with, right? He became the ultimate sacrifice. He became the ultimate sacrifice. He became he is the Lamb without blemish. He was the perfect sacrifice, right? And now our bodies is a living sacrifice. We are acting meaning Yahawah as we're doing what Yahawah did. When you go into Ezekiel 44, It says, let's see if we can find that. Right. Yeah, I went right to it. Ezekiel 44. Uh, this is concerning the priests. All right. Ezekiel 44:23, and they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane, and cause them to discern between the clean and the unclean. And that's a job of the priest on top of everything else, right? So we're showing our people the difference between the clean and the unclean, right? I mentioned about the let me go here, Psalms 69:31. Prophesying is a way we clean, is a way that we are clean, we are being clean, right? From the words, which the words is, YAHAWASHI, becoming the volume of the book, you know, which the transfiguration, him between Moses and Elijah. Moses representing the law, Elijah representing the prophets, Yahweh between them, and they disappeared, right? Because it was symbolic for Yahweh being the mediator between them both, bringing everything together, both the spiritual and the physical side, and him ultimately being above those things, which why he was offered up as a propitiation for our sins, right? That's what the priests would do. They would atone for their own sins first, and then the people. You see, so Yahweh made it possible for us to actually be priests. You know, Psalm 69:31. This also shall please Yahweh Shai better. Let me start at 36, Psalm 69:30. I will praise the name of the Most High with a song and will magnify him with thanksgiving. This also shall please the Most High Yahweh Shai better than an ox or a bullock that have horns and hoofs. So our praise and worship, and our praise and worship, you know what I'm saying, the things pertaining to how the Lord has it now, is actually better than an ox or a bullock, okay, being sacrificed. Us becoming the sacrifice. Yahweh Shai said pleased him to stricken him. Yahweh Shai becoming the sacrifice, right? Is better than offering up an ox or a bullock. You see? So and because of that, the humble shall see this and be glad, and your heart shall live that seek the Most High. You see? So we're glad and we're happy. Why? Because the Lord get it. Now we have a chance, right? Now we have a chance because of what Yahweh Shai did. You see, when it Hebrews 13 and 15 says, it says, God pleasing sacrifices is the title. By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to the Most High continually. That is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. You see? So the prophesying and the speaking of heavenly things, all right, became the as a way that we offer up a sacrifice, all right, unto the Lord. You see? Just showing you a couple just warm ups because before we get in. Actually, this is getting into it, but just warming it up because this is Psalms 141. It says at the top, an evening prayer for sanctification and protection. A psalm of David, Lord, Yahweh Shah, I cry unto thee, make haste unto me, give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as an incense. You see, because the priest will burn frankincense. All right, unto the Lord, because it's a sweet savor unto the Lord, a sweet smell unto the Lord, and it's pleasing unto him. Okay, right. So it says, let my prayer be set forth before thee as an incense. So our prayers and the things that we're doing now is acting towards these things that we would do in a physical temple, right? Our bodies is the temple. Our bodies is the temple. We are the third temple. You see, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice, right? The prayer became an evening sacrifice. This is how a part of us making our bodies a living sacrifice, a part of our priestly duties in this time. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth, keep the door of my lips. You see, and that's what we're practicing. okay, as priests. When you go to Sirach in the Apocrypha, which is known as Ecclesiasticus 39. It says, Sirach 39 and 14, and give ye a sweet savor as frankincense, and flourish as a lily, send forth a smell and sing a song of praise. Bless the Lord in all his works. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips, and with harps, and praising him you shall say after this manner. All the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. So, right, we're offering up sacrifices with the praise and worship. Okay, right. This is our sacrifice. It's a part of our sacrifice, right? Prophesying is a part of our sacrifice. Again, like I said, through the Spirit, tending to the brotherhood is a part of that sacrifice, right? Sirach 35 and 1. He that keepeth the law, right, keeping the ways of the Lord, right? He that keepeth the law, bringing offerings anon, right? He that taketh heed to the commandment, offer a peace offering, right? And this is how we're offering a peace offering unto the Lord. The reason why we were sacrificed was to offer peace offerings before the Lord, okay? So he can do this or so he can do that. You see, so he can forgive us for this and forgive us for that, okay, and so forth. He that requireth a good turn, offer a fine flour, and he that giveth alms, sacrificeth praise. You see, part of the body and tending to the brotherhood is a part of this our priestly duties and and part of our sacrifice in this time. We are the temple. To depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord, and to forsake unrighteousness is a propitiation. This became our propitiation, right? That's real quick. It says, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says propitiation. It says the action of propitiation or appeasing a power, spirit, or person. It says atonement, especially that of Yahawashi Mashiach, right? So our forsaking unrighteousness and tending to the ways of the Lord, you see, tending to the ways of the Lord, and the things that the Lord, the spiritual things. He's as Isaiah, he said that he would magnify the law and make it honorable, right? And he did that through Yahawashi, right? He offered his son once, all right, and that was the perfect sacrifice. So us following Yahawashi to be perfect, like it says in Matthew 19, like Yahawashi told that young man, he kept the laws and everything, but he still wasn't perfect. So following Yahawashi is how we become perfect, right? This is how we fulfill the priestly duties, all right? It says again, propitiation is an atonement. Okay, all right. So it says, "Thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord, for all these things are to be done because of the commandment. The offering of the righteous maketh the altar fat." And what's our offering? Right, the prophesying, the preaching, right, the teaching, the studying. All right, the giving to the brothers, the alms, right, the video epistles, right. You know, showing our people the clean difference between the clean and the unclean, as we brought out. This is making the altar fat, like we brought out in Psalms. This is better than bullocks or ox. What did it say? Psalm 69 and 31. This also shall please the Lord better than an ox or a bullock that have horns and hoofs. So this the sacrifices that we're making now is pleasing unto the Lord better than the old way, right? It says, "The offering of the righteous maketh the altar fat, and the sweet savor thereof is before the Most High. The sacrifice of a just man is acceptable, and the memorial thereof shall never be forgotten." See, so our sacrifice, all right, of a pertaining to be the just men, Lord willing, right, is acceptable. So we don't have to offer up a bullock or a physical animal anymore. We became the sacrifice, like Yahawashi. Yahawashi is the ultimate sacrifice. You see, he's the ultimate sacrifice. All right. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into some, let's go to Ezekiel. Let's start here. Ezekiel 36 and 5. It says, therefore, right, because this video here, what is it? You know, I was trying to watch it. I couldn't find the exact video that I actually saw, but it's all good. You can check this video out. He said some things that was more. I mean, I haven't watched the whole thing, but around this mark, 8-minute mark or so, he started saying some things that was, you know, you got to chew the meat, spit out the bones, man. He started saying some things. Right, he started showing a picture of Jake. Let me see. You got to chew the meat, spit out the bones. You know what I'm saying? Some things that he said was on point, and like probably 80%, 90% of this shit was off. But I haven't watched the whole video, you know. But you know, like one thing he said important pertaining to this lesson was what, that we became the temple. We are the temple of the Lord. That's what the scriptures teach. That's what the scriptures tell us. Okay, but and we have physical temple, all right, in our land, and the heathen took that. They ransacked, all right, destroyed our temple. You know, both temples, and they stole our land. Okay, so how could we offer? How could we have a temple if we're not even in our land? See, this is the witchcraft and the wizardry of the devil when it pertains to the heavenly things. All right, because he's talking about he's building a third temple, but you have war still on that land. You see, you have war and different things pertaining to uh contrary to the scriptures of when the system of heaven or the government of the heavens, the government of YAHAWASHI was going to be established on the earth. See, let's read this. Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, against all Idumea. See, they stole our land, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. You see? So um so our land was stolen. So we're not currently in our land. You see, we are the literal temple. Uh we are the temple of Yahweh Shai, and a literal temple will be built in the kingdom. They're by them starting a so-called third temple, they're telling you that this is the kingdom of heaven, right? But when you go to Isaiah 2, Isaiah 2, it says, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Israel, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. Right, we're in these last days, right? And the mountain is a form of can act as a government, or a high government. Mountains and hills can be symbolic for governments, so that the mountain or the government of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's house, right, the house of David, should be established in the top of the mountains, right? And the house of David is being established, right, through the men that's prophesying. All right, it's a lot of things still have to come to pass, and shall be exalted above the hills, right? The smaller governments and all the nations shall flow into it. And right now you're starting to see an influx of people inquiring of the prophets. You see, because what's happening is we're seeing the transition of power. You see, in Sirach 10, in due time, the Lord will set one over it that is profitable, right? You're seeing the transition of power, right? And so you're seeing the nations flow into the starting to already flow into the prophets, seeking the prophets' advice and different things as such, inquiring of the heavenly things through the men that you see before you, that's on the street corners in the various camps, the GMS camps. You have other camps out there too, but you know, mainly Great Millstone, because we have the truth, you know, and you have sincere brothers amongst the other camps as well. But the point is that it's starting now, and what's going to happen is when as the Lord established the kingdom officially, you know, you're going to see an influx of the whole world, you know, drawn to, because like I said, the people, it starts with the people first, right? We were a man before we were a people, and we are a people before we are a place. So we are the kingdom. We are the kingdom, right? The kingdom is within us. Lord willing, we can get that. You know what I'm saying? The people make up the kingdom of heaven, which is why they're not going to be able to destroy this this temple. He's trying to. Why you think the tiny technology exists? Because he knows to a degree of what this consists of. He's trying to defile us, right? We are the temple. He always defiled the temple and took the heavenly things and so forth and ransacked and all that, you know. But so when you take the tiny technology, you're allowing him to sack the temple again, man. You know, but he can't do that. So this time, so it says 3, Isaiah 2 and 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the Most High of Jacob, the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of YAHWAH from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So if the third temple, if what they're saying here is accurate, if this is a third temple actually being built, then that would mean that there will be no more war in the heavens, right? I mean, not in the heavens, in the world, there will be no more war. But we just read that when the government of YAHWAH is actually established, then the truth would be declared, which of what, like we just read, the plowshares and the spears, the swords into plowshares and the spears into pruning hooks. Weaponry for use for war will be turned into weapons of, or turned into instruments of, tended to agriculture, meaning produce and prosperity. All right. Right now, they're turned the other way. Things of agricultural, when it comes to agriculture, meaning crops and fruit and vegetables and things that pertain to life are actually turned into war right now. So we're currently in the state of war. You see, it says so yeah. So oh, let me get this real quick. What's that? Tobit. Tobit 14 and yeah, Tobit 14. So this is the literal temple being established in the kingdom, right? Because Jerusalem would be the capital, and it is the capital of the whole earth, right? From Jerusalem is the mother of us all, right? So it's the center of the universe, right? So Tobit 14 and 4, go into media, my son, for surely I believe those things which Jonas the prophet spake of Nineveh, right? That it shall be overthrown, right? Because Tobit was during this time, right? He was during this time period, all right, of the ancient Nineveh, right? That it shall be overthrown, that for a time peace shall rather be in media, and that our brethren shall lie scattered in the earth from that good land. And Jerusalem should be desolate, and the house of the Most High in it shall be burned, and shall be desolate for a time. Right, right. And that again, the Most High will have mercy on them and bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple. Right. The literal temple is not, it's not time for the literal temple to be built right now. Right. We're still cleaning ourselves up, right? We're still purging the leaven out of us through the spirit and power of YAHWASHI, right? We're preparing the temple. You see, we are the temple, right? And we're preparing it so that then when the kingdom is actually established on the earth, right? The new Jerusalem coming down from heaven, then the actual temple can actually be what the scriptures say. You see, because we're fully clean, right? And that's when we receive the new bodies and the whole nine, right? So the Lord is going to allow us to, it says, they should build a temple, but not like to the first, until the time of that age be fulfilled. And afterward, they shall return from all places of their captivity, right? We're still in captivity to this very day, to this day. And build up Jerusalem gloriously. Jerusalem not built up gloriously. Like, look at this. Look at this shit. Hold up. Hold up. They show these gutter rats, man. Like where these niggas dwell is not even the whole land of Israel, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where they dwell is not even the whole land of Israel. You know, I can't find a clear video. I mean, still of how the land look now, but you get the point. It's chaos. It's war over there right now. Right now there is war. Right now this is not a glorious. You don't see no gold on this building. You know what I'm saying? You don't see. You don't so like what is this? You know so it says, and build up Jerusalem gloriously in the house of the Most High, YAHWASHI shall be built in it forever. The Lord is not here. You don't see Yahushua. You don't see King David. Where's the other tribes at? Where's the heavenly things? We're in America. Do we go to over there to keep the high holy days and keep the ways of the Lord? No, man. With a glorious building, as the prophets has spoken thereof. And all nations shall turn and fear the Lord Yahweh Shai truly, and shall bury their idols. See? So this is not going on right now, showing you that these people are capping. They are telling you a lie. Okay? They're telling you and feeding you a lie. See? Oh, let's see. Hold on. Jonah. Let's see, Jonah 3. And Jonah began to enter into the city a day's journey. He cried and said, "Yet 40 days, and then it should be overthrown." Right here, right. That's what I was thinking of because I was showing you the connection between the two. But the literal temple will be after the destruction of this current system. Okay. And which like again, like I said, New Jerusalem, right? Because when you go to Isaiah, right, 65, and then Lord willing, I can show you that we actually are the temple. And then we close out Isaiah 65 and 8. Thus said Yahweh as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one said, "Destroy it not. For a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servants' sake, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, and an inheritor of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there." See, this is regarding New Jerusalem, right? Oh, when you go to Isaiah 26, it says, Isaiah 26 and 20, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed." Them chambers, that chamber is symbolic for the chariots, because the chambers, that's what we would do when we would consummate the marriage between a man and a woman. In the ancient world, we would enter into a chamber, which would be likened into a house or some type of abode where we would consummate the marriage between man and woman. And the chariot is where we actually will officially consummate our marriage between us being a woman and Yahweh Shah being the bride. I mean, the bridegroom, and we are the bride. You see, protruding to Jeremiah 6 and 2. And the chamber is the chariot. That's why 1 Corinthians 15 saying, "In the twinkling in the eye, they should be changed." When before we even get into the chariot, you got people talking about, "I've been in a UFO and this is what they told me." Man, shut up. Because your body, you can't physically, the thing, the body we have now can't enter into that domain. It's too impure, it's too defiled. We're cleaning our spirits up right now so that our spirits can match the bodies that we will have entering into those chambers, and then officially coming back down, all right, as a complete download. And the indignation that is talking about the destruction, the ICBM missiles. So we're going to be beamed up, right, pursuing the revelations and many other scriptures, all right, into the chariots until the Lord get done purging the earth, the things that's causing the earth to be sick, which is Esau, Edom, and his rulership and his concept of life, man. Okay, the Lord is stirring the pot right now, and we can see that. And when you go to Revelations 21, the new heaven and earth, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. Uh, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, talking about the rulership, and there was no more sea. And I saw John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And that's what the chamber is. We officially consummate the marriage, right? Right. We're doing it now in spirit, but when we enter that chariots, it's going to be official. And this is coming back down, and it says, right, the people coming back down. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle, right, the house. This is the temple. The house, right? The people make up the temple. Yahawashi talked about he talks about let's see, he talk about um in Revelations. Let me get that real quick. In Revelations 3. Because it said the tabernacle, meaning house, right? Abode. Revelations 3 and 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power. See, a pillar is something that holds up the building or the house. And the elect are likened, right? The 144,000, the governing body of the things pertaining to the heavens. They make up the house of David. They make up the house of Yahweh. BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. They are the pillars. The pillar is attached to the foundation. Usually when you, like I always make the mention, when you go into ancient buildings, you go to maps and you go to videos and you look at an old building structure from the past during Yahawashi time and so forth, you will see that the lot of the buildings destroyed, but the main things that still be standing today for us to identify certain things will be the foundation and the pillars. That shows you how important the right foundation and pillars are to the rest of the building. Even though the building is gone, right? The pillars and the foundation remain. So if they remain, I can build again. I can build back on it. Yahawashi is the foundation. The pillars are part of the foundation. They attach to the foundation, which uphold the rest of the body, and the rest of the body is the rest of our nation, which is Israel. So the Lord will make a pillar out of the elect of the temple of Yahweh, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, right, and the name of the city of my power, Yahweh, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from Yahweh, and I will write upon him my new name, right? We will have a new identity, right? We would be kainos, meaning refreshed. That's all it's saying, right? We're not gonna, Yahweh's name is not gonna be new. Yahawashi, no. We have a new system, a new identity, right? But basically meaning refreshed. The system is being refreshed, so it's gonna be likened unto a new thing on the earth. So Revelation 21:3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle, the house of my power is with men, right, the elect, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. Right, see, these niggas still dying, man. So how can the third temple be built? Neither sorrow nor crying, because the third temple is symbolic for the ultimate praise and worship for Yahweh and Yahawashi, where the earth is starting to get back on its right course, and the people worship the Lord and come to that place and they give reverence to the Lord and so forth. That's not happening. There's war. There's people dying. There's accusations. There's this. There's that. Yahawashi, you don't see him. You don't see King David. You don't see the angels. You don't see the heavenly things, the chariots. You don't see gold. You see death, pollution, stink, and smells, man. Neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. There's pain all over the world, for the former things are passed away. Okay? And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new, meaning refreshed. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. See, this is what we're getting ready to witness, the third temple in truth and sincerity, man. Okay? When we jump down to 21, it says what? And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Right, the pillars. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold. as it were transparent glass. You don't see this in Jerusalem. You see sand and dirt in old buildings and corruption. All right, death, murder, you know. And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord YAHWASHI Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. You see? So this is what this is what we're preparing for. Okay, not what you see here. Not what this is. This is some bullshit. All right. Excuse my Swahili. Let me get a preset real quick. We go to Philippians 3. It says, I'm gonna jump down to the point. Philippians 3. I started 18. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Hamashiach, whose end is destruction, whose power is their belly, and whose glory is their shame, is in their shame, who mind earthly things. For our conversation, our conduct, right, our anastrophe, right, will make our essence is in the heavens, and our little speech. For from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. And that's what Hebrews 2 goes into. This is what we're currently doing. If we be those men, Lord willing, we are a part of that hopeful elect. You see, this is what we're doing. Our vile bodies are being changed. So how can the third temple be here if these niggas, if niggas is still defiled or vile? You see, it doesn't make sense, and it's not going to make sense because why? It doesn't fit the prophecy. And like I said, 1 Corinthians 15 and 47. Hey, Baba Kashah, Kalei, if you give me that charter. 1 Corinthians 15 and 47. It says, the first man is of the earth, earthy, the second man is the Lord from heaven. As is the earthy, such are they that are earthy, and as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. Right. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. You see, we are the people makes up the body. The body makes up the temple. Now this I say, and I'm gonna show you that, Lord willing. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. So by them telling you that the third temple is being built, they're telling you that this is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, that's what they're telling you. But we just read that flesh and blood cannot inherit the king the flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven, neither do a corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery, we should not all sleep, but we should be changed. All should be changed. It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. There you have it. And therefore death will be swallowed up. Right? The Lord is coming to do away with that concept for the Israelite man, woman, child, dealing with what? Death. All right. Go to Colossians. Colossians 1. And let's just jump down to 12. It says, giving thanks unto the Father, which have made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints of light, the elect, the incorruptible anointed, who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear son. So Yahawashi is through Yahawashi, like I said, we're able to actually be acting priests. You see, we're able to fulfill the priestly duties in our time because we're translated into Yahawashi, in whom we have redemption through his blood. Right, he became the ultimate sacrifice. Right, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature. It says, For by him were all things created that are in heaven, that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, right? So he's the head of the body and the church. The third temple is the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have preeminence, right? Oh, he's over all these things. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell, and having made peace through the blood of his cross, right? That's how the peace offering was made. Remember, the animals that will be sacrificed, the ox and the bullocks, were for peace offerings between us and the Lord. But Yahawashi became the ultimate peace offering. He's called the what? The peace of. He's called the King of Righteousness, or the Prince of the Prince of Peace, right? Having made peace through the blood of his cross, and by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him, I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven. So there you have it. So when you go into Moses, right? Who was Moses? King David, right? Moses was King David, right? If you can receive it. And when it comes to the priesthood, right? Let's just go to because what happened? Moses received he received that's just 25. Let me see. He received the pattern from the heavens. Okay, he received the pattern. All right, from the heavens. Exodus 25, and let's start at 17. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. Right, and that right. So the mercy seat. Remember, King David is Moses, and King David had blood on his hands, right? So he couldn't do particular things pertaining to the heavenly things. And so the mercy seat, that was symbolic for the mercy seat being carried out through Solomon, which in the spirit is our Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach. That's why it had to play out like that, so that the mercy seat, so that mercy on for the whole nation can make sense. So it can make sense. It was symbolic for the mercy the Lord was going to have on us, so that we can eventually get to this point of fulfilling our duties as the as acting priests, so that the kingdom of heaven, because it's prophesied that the kingdom of heaven will be here and it will reign, so that we can actually fulfill, Lord willing, we those men fulfill those things. All right. So the mercy seat was continued through Solomon. It says, and thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold of beaten work shalt thou make them in the 2 ends of the mercy seat, right? Because Solomon's seat, right? His throne, and make 1 cherub on, right? This is describing his throne, his seat, and make 1 cherub on the one end, and on the other cherub on the other end. Even of the mercy seat shall ye make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof, angels. And the cherubims shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be, and thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give thee. And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubims which are upon the ark of the testimony, and of all things which I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. And right, and this was symbolic, like King David said, my Lord said unto my Lord. You see, so right, Yahweh, why would he say that about his son Solomon? Because he knows that Solomon is Yahweh. So Moses received the pattern. David gave Solomon the pattern. Remember, he gave Solomon the pattern. Remember, like I said, why? Because the things had to happen the way it happened. Because remember, David had too much blood on his hands. Matter of fact, let's just grab Chronicles. First Chronicles at 28. First Chronicles 28. Damn. We might have to start. We want to start at the top real quick. We breeze through this real quick. First Chronicles 28:1. It says David's address about the temple. And David assembled all the princes of Israel, the princes of the tribes, and of the captains and of the companies that ministered to the king by course, and the captains over by thousands, and captains over the hundreds, and the stewards over all the substance and possessions of the king and of his sons, with the officers and with the mighty men and with all the valiant men unto Jerusalem. Then King David, David the king stood up upon his feet and said, "Hear me, my brethren and my people. As for me, I had in my heart to build an house of rest for the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, and for the footstool of our power, and had made ready for the building. But the Most High said unto me, Thou shalt not build an house for my name, because thou hast been a man of war and hast shed blood." So you think these niggas right here, who has hella blood on their hands, are able to build a third temple? Come on, man. Come on, man. If our King David wasn't able to, it says, "But the Most High said unto me, Thou shalt not build an house for my name, because thou hast been a man of war and hast shed blood. Howbeit that Lord," it's like you, YAHAWASHI, the power of Yasha Israel, "chose me before all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever." Right? The house of David is established through Solomon, which is YAHAWASHI. "For he have chosen Judah to be the ruler." Like I said, like I quoted earlier, YAHAWASHI came out of lineage of Judah, and not concerning, not, how's it go? Not concerning the thing. Damn, man, I'm gonna have to get that. Bear with me real quick. Lion of Judah. Let's see, Hebrews. I'm typing Hebrews. I just want to grab that real quick because I keep quoting it. Yeah, it's 7. I'm tripping. Hebrews 7, and where it's evident. For Hebrews 7:14, "For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood." So it shows you that Yahushua came out of the line of Judah, but it wasn't concerning the priesthood, showing you that Yahushua is above the priesthood. He is the ultimate high priest and the things pertaining to the heavens, and we follow after that, and which makes us practicing priests. All right. So he said, First Chronicles 28:5, "And all my sons for the Lord have given me many sons. He have chosen Solomon my son to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel, of Yahweh over Israel." It says, "And he said unto me, Solomon my son, he shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be his father. Moreover, I will establish his kingdom forever." Right? Solomon kingdom only lasted 40 years. So it's talking about Yahushua when everything was going to be fulfilled. That's why Yahushua was on the cross. He said, "It is fulfilled." Right? He was talking about the things that was written of him to do. Okay, so that when he gave up the ghost, the temple rent, it was symbolic for the issuing in of the new system. "And if he be constant to do my commandments and my judgments as at this day, now therefore in the sight of all Israel, the congregation of the Most High, Yahweh, in the abundance of our power, keep and seek for all the commandments of the Lord our power, that ye may possess this good land and leave it for inheritance for your children after you forever. And thou, Solomon, my son, know that thou the power of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a willing mind. For the Lord searcheth all hearts and understandeth all the imagination of thoughts. And if thou seek him, he will be found of thee. But if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever." Right? So this is talking, he's King David talking to Solomon, right? Uh right, he's talking to Solomon. Like I said, the mercy was continued through Solomon. right? He talked about uh he talked about uh um, um like I said in verse 6, uh he said, "For I have chosen him to be my son." He said, "Solomon, thy son, he shall build my house and my court." So Solomon, who is Yahawashi, he will continue to build, which is why when he reigned as during Solomon time, 40 years, it was nothing but peace, right? He's the king of peace, which was symbolic for the nation or the kingdom of heaven, which was symbolic for the things to come, right? Uh, oh, since we're in First Corinthians, let's go to the first chapter. In the 30th verse, it says, "But of him are ye in Hamashiach Yahushua, who the Most High is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption." See, Yahushua was made unto us these things, right? Another one. You got to let's go ahead. Proverbs 9. It says, Proverbs 91, "Wisdom hath builded her house, she have hewn out her 7 pillars." See, wisdom, which is Yahushua made unto us wisdom, builded the house, which is what house? King David. He said, "Solomon thy son, he shall build my house and my courts." So wisdom pertaining to Yahushua, all right, that's how the third temple is being built through the spirit. The wisdom is the spirit that we have now. And this is how we're building. All right. Talk about the lively stones. We're we're building, all right, the house right now through the preaching and the prophesying. Okay. It says First Chronicles 28:10, "Take heed now, for the Lord have chosen thee to build an house for the sanctuary, be strong and do it." Then David gave to Solomon his son the pattern of the porch. Why? Because David is Moses. Moses received the pattern. He knew what the pattern consists of, and he gave it to Solomon, which is Yahushua, of the porch and of the house thereof, and of the treasuries thereof, and of the upper chambers thereof, and of the inner parlors thereof, and of the place of the mercy seat. That's how we receive mercy as a nation, through Yahawah's sacrifice. He carried out the mercy. What mercy? That the Lord had on King David. It's called the sure mercies of David, right? The sure mercies of David, which consist of mercy because he committed sins that was worthy of death, as we all of the nation of Israel, we committed spiritual fornication, spiritual adultery, right? Physically and spiritually. And the Lord's mercy uh, continues on us through Yahawashi, okay? Because it was symbolic for the mercy the Lord was going to have or did have on David, King David, which is the mercy seat, and a pattern of all that he had by the spirit of the courts of the house of Yahweh, and of all the chambers round about, of the treasuries of the house of the Most High, and of the treasuries of the dedicated things, also for the courses of the priests, you see, and also for the courses of the priests and the Levites, and for all the work of the service of the house of the Most High, and for all the vessels of service in the house of the Lord. You see, so this was what Solomon carried out, all right, because King David couldn't, because he had too much blood on his sins. So what? Meaning what? Solomon kept what? He kept the kingdom, all right, and he forwarded the kingdom, right? He forwarded the temple, right? And Yahweh showed mercy through Solomon, which he showed mercy on the whole nation of Israel. Okay, and this is how we are able to be practicing priests, all right, until this day. Psalms 118. I think, let me see. Let me jump down. Let me jump down to the point. This thing will load, right? It's Psalms 118 and 3, let the house of Aaron now say that his mercy endure forever. Right, I'm starting 1. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, because his mercy endure forever. Let Israel now say that his mercy endure forever. Let the house of Aaron now say that his mercy endure forever. Right. Aaron was of the tribe of Levi, which were contained into the priesthood. Right. And his mercy endure forever. So the Lord had to set it up where his mercy would be true. Okay. He said it endure forever. So therefore, like he said, I changed not, therefore you sons of Jacob were not consumed. So jumping down to 21, I would praise thee, for thou hast heard me and art become my salvation. The stone which the builders refuses become the headstone of the corner. That's Yahawashi. He became what? The headstone of the corner. So through Yahawashi is the start, the build of the third temple. These niggas talking about they're physically building it. Yahawashi is not present amongst these goofies. He's not present. We know what the scriptures say in Acts 17 and 24. It says, the Most High that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is the Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Neither is worship with man's hands as though he needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things. So the Lord is not amongst these temples. Okay? He's not amongst that temple. He's building his temple, not you. And he's building it with his men. We read in Revelation 21 that his tabernacle is with men, the prophets. They're building the temple by the means of preaching. The testimony, which is the testimony of Yahweh Mashiach, is the spirit of prophecy. So we're giving a testament or a witness unto the crimes that was committed on the earth, and we're giving a testament to pertaining to the heavenly things, the light, which, like you read in St. John 1, we bear witness to that light. The elect is bear witness of Yahawashi. They was amongst Yahawashi. You see, the first fruit, and they're continuing. They had to be here so that they could continue in Yahawashi's shoes, man, to build up the temple, because it starts with the foundation and then the pillars. Acts 7:48. It says, let's start at 46. Who found favor before the Most High and desired to find a tabernacle for the power of Jacob house? But Solomon built him an house. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophets. You see, heaven is my throne, the earth is my footstool. And what house shall you build me, said the Lord? Or what is the place of my rest? See, so Solomon built him an house. You see, why? Pertaining to Yahawashi. But you got to remember, when Solomon built the temple, right? But Solomon's temple was what? Ransacked. It was sieged in 70 AD, right? Why? Because it was symbolic for what the Lord was going to do with the people, like I said earlier. Like it says in Hebrews 10 and 1. Hebrews 10 and 1, for the law having a shadow of good things to come. It was a foreshadowing of what was to come. One sacrifice of Hamashiach is sufficient. Right. One sacrifice is enough. We don't have to keep sacrificing, right? But our bodies became that sacrifice. We don't have to take a lamb or a bullock, right? Yahawashi was the perfect lamb, is the perfect lamb. For the law, Hebrews 10 and 1, and for the law having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices which they offer year by year continually make the comers thereunto perfect. The only way this would happen, and it was able to happen, was by Yahweh Mashiach, right? This is Matthew 27 and 50. Yahweh, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost, like I was saying, right? And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom, And the earth did quake, and the rocks rent, and the graves were open, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose and came out of the graves after his resurrection and went into the holy cities and appeared unto many. Symbolic for, what was going to happen in these latter days. Revelation 11, right? They stood upon their feet, right? We were dead, but we stood upon our feet. Ezekiel 37, right? Right. This was symbolic for the times once we woke up, right? And when Yahushua gave up the ghost, the veil of the temple was rent. It was split in half. You see, from top to bottom, symbolic for that way being done away with. You know, Luke. I'm trying to be quick, but it is what it is. Lord willing, it's edifying to the members of the elect. Let's read Luke 17 and in T. It says Luke 17, and let's go straight to the point. In 20, it says, one day the Pharisees asked Yahushua, when will the kingdom of the Most High come? Yahushua replied, the kingdom of the Most High can't be detected by visible signs. You see? So you won't be able to say here it is or it's over there, for the kingdom of the Most High is already among you, right? The kingdom of heaven is already amongst these people, which is who? The people. See? The people. We make up the temple. We make up the kingdom of heaven, First Corinthians 3. Let's start at 7. It says, 1 Corinthians 3:7. It's not important who does the planting or who does the watering. What's important is that the Most High. Let's go back to the KJV. First Corinthians 3:7. For so then, neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth increase. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are the Most High's building. Right? We are the building. We are the people make up the temple. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder. Right? That's what Mason means, a master builder. Right? I have laid the foundation, which is Yahawashi. We read that in Psalms. And another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahawashi Mashiach. He's the foundation. Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. And this is what we're going through now. We're being purged so that we can be proven to be a pillar that's attached to the foundation of the building or the house of David, the temple of Yahawah. If any man's work abide which he have built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, right, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. Rekatha, right? So continue, it says, so 16, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. So we are the temple. We are the people, right? I read Revelations 3. Oh, matter of fact, let me go back. Let me jump down. I read 11. Let me go to 20. You see, like we just came. We're in the Passover. We're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and our Yahawashi, let me just read it, Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock, which is our minds. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. And right, our minds are also likened unto a chamber, right? And Yahawashi, you know, it's not so, and he's asking to enter into that chamber, all right, to be intimate with us, you know, to be intimate with us, and that's he's able to do that by the way of wisdom. There's Exodus 9:6. It says, "And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and in the holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel." See, so we are likened unto a kingdom of priests. We're likened unto the kingdom, a kingdom of priests. The Levitical priesthood was a shadow of things to come. You see, for the whole nation of Israel. You go to Isaiah 61, say the same thing. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahawashi, is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. See, it said to preach good tidings. You know, these are things, these are how we're fulfilling our priestly duties, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them all, to point to unto them that mourn in Zion, which is the nation of Israel, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil for joy, the oil of joy for mourning, the garments of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. You see, so it says, and they shall build the old waste. They shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. And this, the previous chapter, Isaiah 60, is going to happen by the means of captivity upon our enemy. And they're going to build up our walls. They're going to build up Jerusalem. They're gonna pave the streets with the precious elements, gold and so forth, topaz and different things. Right? They're gonna build it up. You know, it says, and they should build up. That's the old waste, right? Because it's gonna be hit by nuclear fire. The land right now, which you know is Jerusalem, and the U.S., the red, white, and blue. Okay, verse 5, Isaiah 61:5, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. Right, they're going to tend to the field and so forth. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers, the servants of our power. You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, right? His wealth, everything that pertains to it, men, women, gold, whatever it is, and their glory shall ye boast yourselves. See, so we are acting priests. We are practicing priests. We are the third temple, right? It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. You see, it's a spiritual thing. Like I said, I read Colossians, right? Oh, Second Maccabees. Like I said, we the people, it's a people before it's a place. Second Maccabees 5:19. Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake. Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake. You see, he chose the place for the people's sake. The people, was that Ezekiel 5? Ezekiel 5:5. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her. Right. So the people is the place. It was a man. We started with Israel, right? Yasha'Allah, which out of Jacob, which was changed to Yasha'Allah, his name, when he wrestled with the angel, became a nation. And out of the nation became 12 tribes, right? Which pertain, and out of the tribes were elect the government that's over the rest of the nation and the rest of the world, right? And which then became, after the nation, the people had to come first, right? And then the land, okay, right? Which is why a particular nation named the Canaanites were in our, which was always our land, but they dwelt there, and we had to go and remove them, okay? Just like we're gonna do again, okay? When you go to Jeremiah 3, Like this one, I knew this one was gonna be lengthy, but remember the land was polluted. Jeremiah 3 and 16, it says, "And it shall come to pass when ye be multiplied and increased in the land in those days, said the Lord Yahweh, they shall say no more the ark and the covenant of the Most High, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall they be done anymore. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, to the name of Yahawah to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk any more after the imaginations of their evil heart." See, so so this hasn't happened yet. This hasn't happened yet. Oh, when you go to Zechariah 9, we can start it like at it says prophecies against neighboring nations. Let's start at like 6, 5, 6. "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod," right? Talking about these small hats, 1940. It's like the 1948ers. "When I will cut off the pride of the Philistines, and I will take away his blood out of his mouth and his abominations from between his teeth. But he that remaineth, even he should be out before our power. And he should be as a governor in Judah, and Ekron as a Jebusite. And I will encamp about my house because of the army, because of him that passeth by, and because of him that returneth. And no oppressor shall pass through them any more. For now have I seen with my eyes." Right. And this is still going on to this day. So therefore, that can't be the place. That can't be the people. All right. And don't talk about a third temple cannot be fitting or fulfilling the prophecy. "Rejoicing greatly, O daughter of Zion, shout, O daughter of Jerusalem, behold, thy kingdom cometh unto thee. He is just, and having salvation, lowly, and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the foil of an ass," symbolic for when Yahweh came as himself uh, amongst the people. He came in. This is prophesying, like it said at the top, Matthew 21, 5, St. John 12 and 14, and so forth, right? Matthew 21, 5, "Tell ye the daughter of Zion, behold, thy king cometh unto thee, meek, sitting upon an ass, and a colt, the foil of an ass," right? Which was a lesser version of of a horse, right? I believe a colt is a donkey, right? So a young, uncastrated male horse, right? One less than 4 years. All right, so it don't necessarily say donkey, but yeah. So it says 10, "And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea to sea, even to sea to sea, even to sea, and from the river even to the ends of the earth." Uh, Deliverance of Judah and Ephraim. It says, "As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit wherein is no water. Turn you to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope." Right, captivity, right? The place of where no the drawn water, right? Going into captivity, which is America, right? No life is death here, you know. Turn you turn you to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope, which is the elect. Even to the today, I declare that I will render double unto thee when I have bent Judah for me, fill the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, right? And made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And right, the Lord is going to make us a battle axe, weapons of war against our nations and our enemies. And he's doing it now spiritually, right? Um, let's see, First Peter, I think. First Peter, I think it's 2. As newborn babes, First Peter 2 and 4, "To whom coming as unto unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High and precious, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and a holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahweh Mashiach." Right, through Yahweh we were able to offer up spiritual sacrifices, not physical sacrifices. Why? Because we are likened unto lively stones, and we're built into the spiritual house where will soon manifest itself into the physical realm. See, ye also, it says, wherefore also it contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. Yahushua. Unto you, therefore, which believe he is precious, but unto them which be those disobedient, the stones which the builders disallow, the same is made the head of the corner, and a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, right? We are practicing the priestly duties, right? And a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in the times past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy, like we said, through the mercy seat, as we read, through King David giving him a pattern unto Solomon, which Solomon is Yahawashi. He carried out the mercy, the sure mercies of David, the mercy seat, right? It says, 10, which in times past were not a people, but now the people of the Most High. Right, I read that. Right, so we obtain mercy through Yahweh, which is Solomon. Right, the sure mercies of David, it was likened unto our condition as a people. Romans 12, and this is how we also fulfill our priestly duties. Okay, Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. Right, the temples. We are the temples. And we, like I said, I mentioned earlier in the lesson about the things pertaining to our sacrifices and how they pertain to it in the various precepts. Holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So this is how we are, one of the many ways, as the Spirit mentioned, all right, of us fulfilling our priestly duties, all right, prophesying, teaching, and so forth. All right. And ultimately, repentance as well, because that's the sacrifice too. That's a part of that sacrifice. Repentance and obedience, right? When you go to 1 Samuel, obedience, 1 Samuel 15, obedience is better than sacrifice. Our obedience, like we've been going into the Passover, Yahushua was obedient. He said, it is finished, right? His will, the Lord's will was fulfilled when Yahushua said that he is finished. He gave up the spirit, then the temple was ran, all that, as we read, right? That obedience was better than sacrifice. You see, obedience is better than sacrifice, which becomes our sacrifice. And like we read in Revelations 3, but real quick, let me go back. Revelations 3 and I ain't got to read this again, but we read this. Matter of fact, let me get Wisdom of Solomon. Let me get a couple when we close out. Wisdom of Solomon 6. Let's go straight to the point. I think it's in 20. Let's start at 19. And corruption maketh us near unto the Most High, right? 17. For the fear of truth, for the very true beginning of her wisdom is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High. There you go. We read that in 1 Corinthians 15. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, Yahawashi. So desiring Yahawashi, Yahweh said in chapter 7 that he loved none that dwell with wisdom. Right? You only can we get these things by pertaining to the Son, which is Yahawashi. Right? He said, because when you tend to Yahawashi, you tend to the Father. See, he said, me and my Father are one. That's what Yahawashi said. 21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore. And this is how we're able to establish the third temple spiritually, right? because while we desire wisdom, all right, you see, wisdom is what we desire, and it's actually, they say where the word of a king is, there is power. So by the truth and the wisdom, this is how we are building a house. This is how we are establishing the throne of Yahweh Yahawashi on the earth. Jumping down 24, but the multitude of the wise is the wherefore of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. Receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. And this is how we receive the pattern as well, right? Which King David gave to Yahawashi, Solomon. We received the pattern, and now we're able to learn how to build. Because remember, Yahawashi is the only one that received the pattern, Solomon. But what happened in the Revelations, he loosened the seals. He loosened the instructions. He loosened the understanding. So now we have the blueprints and what it takes to build the temple up properly. Because at first we wasn't building properly, right? We were building on everything else that was outside of the proper foundation. But now we have the proper foundation, which is Yahawashi, and now we could continue to build as before, even better, and now we could obtain to the holy things. This 2 Corinthians 5:1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of the Most High, and house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. See, and that concept and that essence is going to manifest itself or materialize itself in this realm on earth, because Jerusalem is going to be the capital. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven. If so be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked. For we that are in this tabernacle, this house, do groan, being burdened, nor for that we should be unclothed, but clothed upon, that mortality might be swallowed up of life. Now that he have wrought us for the self same thing is the power, who also have given unto us the earnest of the Spirit. And the Spirit is the wisdom which has allowed us to build. It gave us the blueprint and instructions on how to actually build properly. The truth, right? Get the second address, set thy house in order. You see, put off the weak nature, the things that make us corrupt, the repenting, the purging. This is how we receive the blueprint on how to pertain to the things to keep the business, the family business running, right, properly. It says there, 2 Corinthians 5:6, therefore we are always confident, knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Right. So in this body, in this flesh, we're absent from the Lord, right? But the spirit is what's actually keeping us near, as we read. You know, we are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Wherefore we labor that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. So this is what the condition. This is what the Lord set up. This is how he set it up. Let's go back to Revelation 21 real quick. And you go down to the 22nd verse. It says, and I read this. I believe I read this already. I'm gonna read it again. I saw 22, and I saw no temple therein, for the Lord power Yahweh, BAHASHAM Almighty, and the Lamb are the temple of it. You see? And so these are the things that pertain to the heavens. Oh, come on now. Isaiah. I'll go back to Isaiah, but we're going to the first chapter. No, matter of fact, that's not what I want. Let me go to Luke. Oh damn, hold up. Matthew 11. Matthew 11 and 11. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of woman, there have not risen a greater than John the Baptist, notwithstanding he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. You see, so we the people It says, from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. Right, showing you that the people are the kingdom of heaven. This is talking about 70 AD, and our temple was ransacked, sieged. Right, we were taken by force to put into captivity. You know, and the kingdom of heaven, we are the kingdom of heaven, like we brought out in Revelations and many other scriptures. Did I read first? I'm trying to think of. I think there's one more. 1 Corinthians 8. I don't know if I read 1 Corinthians 8. Let me see. I've been going so fast, trying to get through it because I knew it was gonna be lengthy. 8. Let's see. It's 1 Corinthians. Is it 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians? Let me see. Then we'll close out. Corinth. Let me see. Damn, man. What was I thinking of, man? I can't. Can't remember what I was thinking of. This is let's read this. 2 Corinthians 6:16. It says, "And what agreement would have the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power. As the Most High, YAHWASHI has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate to the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and I will be a father unto you, and ye should be my sons and daughters," to the Lord Almighty. Right, Him in us is His Spirit in us, right, which is ultimately going to be the full download, as it said, as we read in 1 Corinthians 15. So that's pretty much it. Lord willing, is edifying. You see this, you can go watch this video. You see the title, where it's at, and many other videos. This came out 3 weeks ago, but I can't find the one. It's somewhere. I forgot where I misplaced it, or the one I just saw last week or so. But you go watch this. I only watched about 10 minutes, I think. Yeah, I only watched about 10 minutes of it. I stopped right here. You see they got Jake on there. So Lord willing is edifying. To remember the Lord's elect. All right, I like to give all honor and glory, infinite praise and worship again to our power, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, and double honors again to our apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. We will teach you in sound doctrine. And strong shalom to the hopeful elect. And the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children. May the Lord have mercy on these last days. All right, till next time, shalom.